What's up, and welcome to this episode of the Macros course. This is going to be going over exactly how to meal plan and how to get your system down to only taking you 15 minutes per week. All right, so let's jump into it. Most women fall off of meal planning and prepping, or they don't try it altogether, just because they have stories and past experiences that were not so great. So I love this quote: a goal without a plan is just a wish, because we don't want to be avoiding the planning process, because then it's just like, man, I hope that I hit my macros, and this usually leads to what we call winging it. And this can then lead into hitting your macros becoming a very random thing. We most of the time end up with a ton of protein or no carbs, no fats at the end of the night. And I'm sure you don't want to be eating 10 ounces of chicken for dessert, right? Me neither. So this is why our most successful clients use this super simple 3-step process to meal plan, where you will eventually end up only spending 15 minutes one day a week planning out your entire meal. And then we'll go through how to get your meal prep system down to only 60 to 90 minutes a week, and how to spend zero time actually grocery shopping. So this is going to give you your time back so you can spend more time with your family and your friends and less time worrying about your nutrition. So if that sounds cool to you, then go ahead and pause this video, go grab a piece of paper and a pen so that you can take notes with, because this will take some practice and you're going to want to have these notes to go back to so that you can put this into practice. Okay, go and do that now. All right, so I want to drive this home even more, how important it is to plan out your meals. The research has shown that people who do meal plan, 1, have healthier eating patterns, 2, save time, money, and food waste, 3, have better blood sugar control, 4, manage their health and their weight better, and 5, have lower stress and decision fatigue. So if you've ever tracked macros in the past or even tried to go on a fat loss journey at all, then you know that the food side of things can be a huge stressor. But with this super simple system, we are going to lower down that stress so that you can focus on the things that really matter, like your career, your family, your spirituality, like all of those good things. And the food just becomes this fun thing that you don't have to overly obsess over. And that's our goal here, is to get to that place. So to do that, we are going to implement this 3-step process. Step 1, we're going to list out balanced meals, and I'll explain this even more. Step 2, we're going to pre-track. Step 3, we're going to adjust. And then I also have some bonus tips and tricks that will save you even more time in the long run. So step 1, go ahead on your piece of paper, list out your favorite meals. These do not have to be super healthy meals. They just have to be your favorites right now. We're going to go through how to balance them out and make them even healthier. So pick meals that you've been eating recently, or even meals that you like from sit-down restaurants, fast food restaurants, whatever that looks like. And again, it doesn't matter how healthy, we're going to be making them healthier here in a second. So we want to make these balanced meals, and the way that you do this is by including a protein, a carb, a fat, and a veggie source in each meal. And what that's going to look like is your proteins. You are going to include about 3 to 6 ounces of cooked meat or tofu, or 6 egg whites, or 1 to 2 scoops of protein powder, or 1 cup Greek yogurt. And these are just some examples. Okay, you're going to be able to play around with this and figure out what works best for you in each meal, and each meal might be different. Your carbohydrates, this is going to look like 100 to 200 grams of cooked grains, 1 medium fruit or 1 medium potato. Vegetables is going to be 1 to 2 cups of non-starchy vegetables. And then your fats are going to be 14 to 28 grams of oils, nuts, seeds, nut butter, or cheese. Okay, and you have full lists in your meal plan section on your app, and these are going to be your food spectrum. So you have a ton to choose from, and this just gives you a better idea of the actual amounts, which we will go deeper into in the full example that I give on how to create this meal plan. Right, so we've got our meals listed. Go ahead and pause this video if you'd like to list out all of your meals a little bit more and start looking into, how do I add a protein to this? How do I add a vegetable to this? That kind of thing. Go ahead and pause and do that. And once you're back, step 2 is going to be to pre-track. We are going to add these foods into your app. And I want you to use the meal plan template that is in that document that I sent you, that is going to give you an idea of what amount of macronutrients to aim for per meal. And here's what that looks like. So for each meal, you're going to add in some different things, okay? So the different foods that you add in, you'll just type here at the top, or you can also use the barcode scanner. And we want to pick the cooked version that has either grams, milliliters, or ounces. And for vegetables, it's okay to use cups, okay? This is going to make things a lot easier here at the beginning if we keep them here and use your food scale to measure these things out, so that you get a better idea of what portion sizes actually look like. In the future, we are going to dive into not using a food scale anymore, but for now, we do want to use it to get an idea of where you're at and what portion sizes look like. So you're just going to type your food in. Don't worry so much about the amount over here, the serving size yet. Just make sure that this at least says grams, milliliters, ounces, or cups if it's a vegetable. And then click on the blue plus sign to add that food in. We're going to adjust the actual serving sizes here in a second. So once you have those added in for each meal, go ahead and pause this so that you can actually do that on your phone right now. Pause it, go ahead and adjust. Okay, awesome. So step 3, we're going to actually change those serving sizes until we've reached our nutrition goals. So like I just said, we have a meal plan template, and it's broken down like this for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then some snacks too. So this is just to give you some guidelines so that you don't have this huge macronutrient number to be aiming for. So if you're trying to get 160 grams of protein, then it can get kind of confusing and hard to just aim for that. So I've broken it down for you into meals and into snacks, so you have something to aim for that is smaller per meal, okay? So in this example, we have breakfast is 41 to 43 grams of protein. And then you're going to see over here in the actual meal that I have added in that we're at 38 grams of protein. If you're at least within 10 grams of these macronutrient goals, then you are good to go, okay? You're going to hit your nutrition goal. You're going to be close enough, and that's what we're going for, okay? Next, you're going to see the carbohydrates, 48 to 50 grams. We hit 53 over here. And then you're going to see for fats, 21 to 22, and we're at 18 grams. So we're within our goals for each of these at the top here, and that's what we're looking for. And what we did is for each of the meal items that we added in here, so for example, the red potatoes and banana, that's going to be our carbohydrates. We just adjusted the amounts of each of these and the serving size so that we could hit within those goals, right? So if we actually wanted less carbohydrates, what we would do is go to our potatoes and we might put in 80 grams instead of 100 grams. Okay, so you can see here how it's just adjusting each thing. And then for our protein, if we did want to add more protein in here, an easy way to do that is to select where it says 150 egg whites. Since egg whites are a really good source of protein, then we might up this to 200, and that would probably get us even closer to this protein goal here. So you can see here how it's just going to be adjusting things. And as you learn more about what is in each food and which category each food is in that you are eating now, then you'll get a better idea of how much it takes in grams, ounces, cups to hit that goal. And it's going to make meal planning a lot easier. So you can see how each time you do this, you're going to learn more, you're going to create a skill, and it's going to get a lot faster for you too. And then over time, as you've been tracking for some time, you're going to be able to see what we see on our ends as well. So here you'll see that if you are within 20% of your goal, you're going to see that you hit your nutrition goal. And then over time, at the end of the week, I always suggest going through and checking, like, where am I at with my nutrition for the week? And you can click on this graph here, and it brings up this nutrition graph. And this is what we look at as your coaches to see your adherence levels and your consistency. So if you have all gold bars across, that means that you are hitting within 20% of your goals each day. Any blue that you see means that you did not hit within 20%. Or if you see any bars that are non-existent, then that just means that you did not track that day, okay? Now, this is going to be like pretty consistent, this example here. But if you're hitting 70 to 80% consistency, then you are going to see your body weight, if you are trying to lose fat, going down like this over time. Now, obviously there's going to be fluctuations, that is normal, but if you are consistent with hitting your calorie deficit, with our guidelines and adjustments on a weekly basis, then this is what your fat loss could look like over the next coming months. And this is what we're obviously aiming for. If you are aiming to body recomp, then this would look like a straight bar across or slightly going down. And then if you are looking to gain muscle, then this would be doing the opposite, so going up slightly. And it would be an even slower line for muscle gain. All right, so into the bonuses. So go ahead and pause this if you have not added in and adjusted all of your food. This will take some time at the beginning, probably about 45 to 60 minutes the first time you do it. Each time is going to take a little bit less time and a little bit less time. And then these time-saving hacks are going to save you even more time as we go throughout this. So go ahead and pause and come back to this when you're ready. All right, so now we are going to add the meals that you loved from this past week into your favorites. So I suggest adding into your favorites after you've actually tried the meals and you actually like them. So you are going to click next to, let's say you really liked that breakfast that we just tracked. And what you're going to do is click on the 3 dots next to it. It's going to bring up this page where you can save to your meals. And then you're going to name it something. So we might name it like turkey bacon scramble with red potatoes and a banana. Maybe name it that, whatever you'd like. And then you are going to be able to track that favorite really easily without having to add every single ingredient in. So here's how you do that. You press your blue plus sign, click on meal, click on favorites here at the bottom. And then this brings up all of your favorite meals, and you can click on that favorite breakfast when you want to add that in. Next, if you want to be planning the same meal for multiple days, which I highly suggest, this is going to save you so much time. I like to do a week in advance, and that makes it so that the full week I'm eating around the same meals, and it makes it easy to meal prep this way as well. And then you don't have to track every single day. You're going to pre-track for multiple days. So how you do that is you press your blue plus sign. You go to where it says date here at the top, and then you're going to select multiple days. So you can select these 4 days and then click on save. And then you're going to click after it says how many days you have saved at the top here, click on meal. And then you're going to either add in your favorite or add in each of the ingredients that you'd like. And then you're going to review your meal, make sure that that's what you want, and then log it, and you will have all of these meals logged for the next like 3 to 4 days, whatever that looks like for you. Awesome. All right, the last bonus is going to be how to save time with grocery pickup and delivery. So once you have had your meal plan and it's all laid out, then you automatically have a grocery list. You can go through this and go through what you have in your fridge and in your pantries and see what you're missing. And then you can set this up on Instacart or on whatever grocery store you have. Most of them have grocery pickup or delivery. And you can plan out what groceries you need. You can easily budget, and then you can easily order these so that you are saving so much time on grocery shopping, and you can use that time for other things like actually meal prepping your foods, which I highly suggest. If you are super busy, then this is the absolute way to go. Our most successful clients, this is exactly what they do to save time and spend it more wisely, essentially. All right. So that's all we have for today. So we're just going to experiment with this. It is going to take some time. You're going to have a lot of mess ups. You're going to have some trial and error going on here. That is totally okay. And just ask us questions as you go so that we can help you so that you're not making the same mistakes over and over again, or we can teach you the things that have saved us time and saved our other clients time too. Each week, I want you to reflect, how did it go? What went well and what didn't go well? What do you want to work on for this next week? And then just keep trying, okay? So like I said, this first time will take you longer than 15 minutes, but you can also schedule a call with your coach so that we can do this in real time with some guidance if you are struggling here, okay? So we can go through it together. That is totally fine. Or you can ask us on the next open hours call or group call, and we can go through and show you some examples there too. All right, so thank you so much for doing this. I'm so excited to see what you come up with for your meal plans. You can also look in the description section of this video or on the training app. You will see in the instructions section that there are 2 links. There's going to be a link to a downloadable PDF with each step, so you can refer to this often for each time that you go to meal plan and meal prep. And then you're also going to see an example video where I actually go through myself and log different foods in to show you in real time how to actually do that. So I hope this was helpful. I'm so excited to see what you come up with. Please let me know what questions you have, and I will see you in the next one.